guys, we're back on that same lot doing another fun room with this poor sim that I abuse so badly. Don't worry, in one of the videos you'll see I do have little pre-built rooms off in the distance for him. He's not starving to death despite what he'll tell you. We're doing a kitchen today. We're doing an industrial style kitchen. This was based on an Instagram rabbit hole I went down. I don't think it was one specific post but lots of little things like, oh, those black cabinets look cool, and oh, there's pipes in that kitchen, and I was just like, I really want to build an industrial kitchen that maybe I imagine in kind of a penthouse apartment, which now I want to do a whole industrial penthouse apartment. I've seen the new kit. I have not purchased the new kit. I have seen the new kit. It does look kind of good. Anyways, I digress. This does not use that because I have not purchased it because real world adult stuff has to come first. Anyways, I wanted to build a kitchen with dark cabinets and a lot of brickwork and a lot of coppers, which is kind of my go-to. So I say that oh, this is gonna be so cool and new for me, but it never turns out the way I wanted to, and this one did. This one turned out very cool, in my humble opinion. Bragging over here. But I ended up going back and forth with the cabinets quite a bit. I don't remember what I finally ended up landing on. Unfortunately, I built this almost a month ago now, I think. I had so much fun these last few weeks, but I have basically just not been at my computer unless I was at work. And at work obviously means no Sims because it means that the software engineering nonsense. And it's been long days at work too, which is not a bad thing at all. But we've had a lot of exciting new things happening at work, and so it's been a lot. Anyways, I had friends visit, I had family stuff going on, I was getting over the whole busted up arm thing. So I did a lot of building when I could, but it looked like you'll probably see it in the cuts in this build and stuff. There was a lot of oh, I have 10 minutes, I'm gonna work on this. And no voiceovers or anything like that. And this one, I think, like I said, I think the timestamp was a month ago when I ended up building this. I had a few minutes. I really like how this turns out. I'm in love with that copper, the word left me, fridge, there we go. And now I own Country Living. I splurged and bought Country Living? No, Cottage Living. Goodness, I always call it Country Living. Cottage Living. And it has a kind of similar but slightly different fridge, and I cannot decide for the life of me which one I like better. I think I maybe the design, the cleanliness of the design on the other one, but I really like the swatches on this one. I love them both. They can both live in my game happily. But I'm a sucker for retro appliances. Although in this kitchen, I didn't necessarily want a retro stove. I wanted it to be very clean and modern, but I liked the copper fridge. There we go. I figured it out. I was gonna say that island is it's not off kilter, but it looked off kilter. I'm glad past Amanda finally figured it out. It's a little bit of a mind trip watching a build that I know I did, but I'm like, what? How did I struggle with this one? It's been so long. This kitchen turned very quickly into one of those two where I was like, I could just add a living room. I could just add a bedroom. And I was like, well, you wanted it to be a penthouse. You've given it big windows. Then you need to move it to San Myshuno. So I stopped myself. I committed some amount of self-control. But now I want to build an industrial apartment so bad. Oh my goodness. So I haven't sat down to do that. I have had so much inspiration and no time, and it cracks me up because I want to build a Halloween house. I don't know if that's going to happen in time because, like I said, I recorded this in July, but it's now September already. I want to build a diner. I'm working on a fall themed house that is entirely me just indulging in pumpkins everywhere and oranges. I want to build the new honeycomb thing that is happening, which by the time you see this, to be fair, will have already been a trend that comes and goes. But I think it's really cool. It's like the dollhouse, but a bunch of them stacked. So I've been working on a honeycomb, which works out really good with the only having 10 minutes at a time to build, because I can do a little bit of each honeycomb without affecting the rest of the build. But I want to do a Halloween house, but I think a little Halloween house, so not like Vlad's mansion or anything like that, but a teeny, I'm almost thinking a starter vampire house. I don't know. I have so many ideas. I want to do a Christmas house, and I want to remake a house that I saw the floor plan of that's just weird enough that I want to try it. I don't have the floor plan. It was when I walked through, but I want to try that. I have so, and the industrial apartment. Oh my goodness. I have so much I want to build. So much I want to build, so little time. Those lights are uneven. I hope I fix that. Or maybe it's just the angle of the camera, but I think those lights are uneven. Past Amanda, you better fix that. I'm sure she's gonna notice it here soon. But see, this feels very sort of warm to me despite intentionally being industrial. Like, it's supposed to be kind of like cold and stuff. I was setting up the outside for the pictures here. There's no other rooms. Like, when it gets uploaded, if the gallery ever behaves, it'll be just this kitchen, but I was just, for the screenshots, trying to set it up so it didn't look so much like just a room. I fussed around with this for a while because I love that light. I've seen like it in real life, and I always think, man, I want to do that in my house, but I live in a 1945 farmhouse. That's like the definition of doesn't make sense in this house. But I was trying to figure out if it fit anywhere cool. Not in this build. Probably, honestly, would put it in the living room of the matching living room to this build, which if I ever get around to the apartment, will happen. Like I said, I've got a list. I've literally, at this point, I'm not joking, I went to Trello. You don't have to use Trello. Other options are available, but Trello. And made like a full-on Kanban board for YouTube because I had so many ideas floating around, and I have so many videos that sit in like partial stasis because I'll film them because I have a few minutes and all I want to do is play, and then I haven't edited them. Or like this video, it languished in needs a voiceover for eons. There was a point where I had enough of those sitting in voiceovers and I was having mic issues, which I still might be having because I don't know what solved it. Where I was like, maybe I just start posting videos without voiceovers, but I don't know. I like talking about my builds. I like bragging about what I've done. Anyways, I like the way this looks. I did check. Yeah, I was gonna say, here you can see it. I can't remember. Sometimes I cut the playtesting out, but the fridge does work even with the pipes coming out. And I thought the pipes were kind of a cool look. Kind of taking that one apartment with like the dead body to the extreme. It's got like pipes you can't move and a dead body like outline you can't move and stuff, and I was like, that's the way to do it. Put a fridge in front of it. It turns out. See, I did use that light. I stuck it for the screenshots in there, so you can kind of just see it. But I think I'll let you go here because I've been talking a mile a minute, and you all might need a breath like I do. I hope you enjoyed this build as much as I do. I still love it after being away from it for a month. I still think it's really pretty. I'm really happy with it. I am really excited to hopefully have some more time to build here soon and catch up on all these ideas. Hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll talk to y'all soon.